Just answer the damn questions. You must know something about them. Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them. To the cops. What about you? Tell me something about yourself. Me? I'm a silver bird. Aha, okay. Maybe I'll ask about later. Okay, we need to find out later. Right, after we've helped her. So what I'm going to do... there's a bridge across here. I've got to keep an eye on the time. Because there is stuff I need to do later in this game. Hang on. Oh, there's my bridge. Let's take a look at my tasks. I've picked up loads. There's stuff from the past. Still looking for the murder weapon. Smoker on the balcony is later. There's a trap to check. Okay, there's still 2 areas to check for bullet traces. That's for later today. We've got to go. Oh, we've got to call the public library before it shuts. It's a long way back. Yeah, let's do that, and then log out. No, I'll say log out. There's an old habit. Let's nip. Can I not do fast travel? That would be so damn cool. Right, zoom out. I don't know if there's any new stuff that I haven't seen along here. There's like some wrecked car. Oh, what's this? Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every vehicle in Reaver Shoal. Have I been in here? Oh yeah, it's where the kids are. And I got the thing off this little kid in here as well. I remember this now. Yeah, this is why I felt there was a sense of urgency. It's because I have to ring the public library about that corpse before the library shuts at 5. The other stuff that's happening is later in the day today, so it's not so urgent. I get there in time. That's not my way home. But yeah, right about now, I would really love a fast travel in this game. Perhaps there will be something later on that allows me to do it. I don't know. How do I get over there? Is this actually the correct way after all? I think it is. Oh, there's a trap. I'll do that trap as I'm there. I'm going to find this damn cryptoid in it, aren't I? It takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morrel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city centre hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again, always the cold. Reach for the trap. The trap feels light and silent. As you pick it up, something is different here. No locusts. No phasmid either, but still, immediately look closer still. The lieutenant studies the trap with you. Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap. The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground. I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. He purses his lips. Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist? Or someone else is sabotaging them? I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not. But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them out, or ate them and got out? Right. It does not look like he thinks you're right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. He adds for clarity, we're not cryptozoologists, we're cops. Look around. The reed beds bend forlornly in the sand. Should I leave then? Ahead, decades-old concrete defences. Children play in them now. Can I look at that again? Okay. Okay, I think I maybe missed an opportunity of some description there. But that's something we can talk to the crypto guys about. And I don't think there's any particular rush to do that now. Hang on, there's supposed to be a... Where did it say? There was something hanging on a hawthorn bush near this street. Let me just run it back. It's not not here, is it? It is not. A tape hanging in a tree. How was I supposed to find that? Unless... Can we not go through this? This really looks like something I should be able to go through. Did I fully explore this bit properly? Was this the street they were referring to? Oh no, I think it was the traffic jam was in the way, wasn't it? So once I sort the traffic jam out, I'll be able to get to the bush that I need to sort that out. I think that's correct. Yeah, it's starting to appear that there's a definite order of things that need to be done in this game to progress. Having said that, I will have a little look around here. There it is. Okay. I never noticed this before. The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles. Bronze-coloured ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze. Just like promised, you stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages. Disentangle it. Good, hawthorn. Pat the tree. Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk Number 6, 8102. Underneath the slogan, Mankind be vigilant. You tree-hugging pansy. The bronze ribbon twists around and within the branches in an intricately natural pattern, but there's something. What do I see? There's a twisted logic in this mess. You see the ends of the ribbon, the way it flows, how it twists and turns. It's all starting to make sense. It'll be easier to remove now. 97%. Got it. With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending and unravelling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. There is no way it's going to work properly after it's been in here and open to the elements. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it so that you could hear what's on the tape. That's what we use pens for. Let's see if this is actually the case. Because this is how we used to fix tapes back in the day. And most of you kids watching won't be able to appreciate this unless you had a cassette player. If you're old enough to have a cassette player. The lieutenant looks at the mess in your hands. Only after you've successfully cleaned up the branches does a curiosity get him. What's the tape for, he asks. It's for Egghead. I promised to make his Van Eyck's jam a bit harder. Maybe this tape can help. How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it? I think at least one of the ravers would know how to fix a broken tape if they want to set up a nightclub. You can also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time. He looks at his wristwatch a little impatiently. Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape. Leave. How about we interact with the pen? It won't let me, will it? It won't let me. That's not fair. That was my brilliant idea. We use the biro to wind it back in. That's what biros were invented for. While I'm here, I know I'm getting drawn into yet another little subplot. Let's go and get the tape fixed.
Yes?
Nothing. I wasn't going to do this tonight. I had a definite plan, but it's like that. Oh, just one more thing then while we're here.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
I met a guy the other day who looked and sounded like him. Do you know how to fix this? He looks at the bronze-coloured bundle in your hand. You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but... Great, could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone. He slowly finishes his thought. But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It, I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty worthless. Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand. It's not worthless. It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene. Huh? He slowly tapped his fingers on the counter. What do you mean? Do you know that old church down the coast? Yeah, what about it? I met some young ravers near the place. They want to turn the church into a nightclub and play some weird neo-disco beats there. They call it Anodic dance music. I promised to help them with that. Is it any good? The music, I mean. No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing in it. No bass. It just goes zoot, zoot, zoot. But this tape could make it hardcore. Man, you're really invested in this. He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment though, so just sit back and relax. He takes some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerising. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs. Look at the clock. Wait, this took more than just a few moments. That was at least 15 minutes. Yeah, he nods. It was. Respooling isn't that difficult, although I had to mend the tape in a few places. Anyhow, it's yours now. He slides the tape closer to you on the countertop. Well, thanks for the help. Proceed and take the repaired tape. Yeah, my pleasure. I do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility, okay? Job done. Another one done. Let's go and get this corpse sorted out before the library shuts. And I bet that's not a phrase you hear very often. Where's my pointer? I don't think I need those in there. I get +1 suggestion if my hands are empty anyway. I'm supposed to. Does it mean gloves? If gloves are empty. Not sure what the ding meant. It's not saying suggestion in there, so no, I'll put them back on. Here we go. Okay, let's get the radio going. Connect me to Jamrock Public Library. Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1. Yes, this is the Central Jamrock Public Library here. A male librarian answers the call. How can I help you, officer? I'm looking for any information that you can provide on a Billy Magine, a reader. Billy Magine, you said. Give me a moment. I'll have to check our database. He puts down the receiver. On Murrow Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. Printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback. Yes, hello, are you still there? You can hear him fiddle with the printout. I found Billy Machine's home address. Is that all right? No phone number, unfortunately. Yep, home address is fine. Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Guélan. I wish people lived on another bloody street. I'm sick of trying to pronounce that one. 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments. It says that's all. Number 20. We know where that is, and we're going there later. That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it? Do you have any other information on Billie Jean? It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day. Ah, that's interesting. Because he was dead just a few days ago. Do you know who someone was? Marie? He covers the phone with his hand and yells out into the room behind him. Marie, do you remember a reader named Billie Jean? They returned a Thibault book the other day. You hear someone answer from afar. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. The librarian is speaking into the phone again. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. Ah, so that's not Billy Magine, that's his wife. Right. No, hang on. The library card belongs to his wife, so this is someone else, Magine. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Loose, Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet. So Billy Magine is a woman, not a man? How did your colleague know that it was her husband? Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her. Do you know the husband's name? Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Can Marie describe to me how the husband looked like? Marie, a moment passes. She said it was an older man, and that he's pretty sure he had a drink or two the last time she saw him. What was he wearing? 1 second. The librarian turns away from the phone again and relays the question. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying attention to that. Worth a try. Thank you, that's all from me. I have no other questions. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer. The librarian hangs up and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft click. I need to report a dead body on the boardwalk. One moment. You can hear her shuffling through some papers. Can you describe the body, age, sex, cause of death? An unidentified middle-aged man. Height 170 to 175 centimetres. Dark hair. Medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him and traces of vomit on his shirt. Any sign of violence? Someone might have pushed him? Did he perform a field autopsy? No, it's still just a theory. It looked like an accident to me, Alice, the lieutenant rushes in to say, but that's for the guys in processing to confirm. I wanted to perform a field autopsy. You can hear her quickly typing in the background. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets. Any information on the card? It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Magine. Good, you have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? We're taking the case. I've assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. I'm done with this. Goodbye. Close the door. So, what was the task? Dead body on the sidewalk. So we just need to go to the apartment. It's a shame we can't do a field autopsy. I guess we don't need to. I guess the game's saying, you know, you've got the information that you need. Whew. Inspect the traps. Last trap was empty. Return to the moral in the whirling with the news. Well, as we're right there, one last thing before I call it quits for the night. Hand this task in, and that be the end of it. And then we've got some police work to do. Some proper police work. Here they are. Your trap was empty.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, talk to her, not to you. Okay.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now. It was a truly epic long-distance trek. Truly a lot of legwork. My partner adores these kinds of things. The lieutenant is still catching his breath. Item gained an 8-eyed Teratorn tie. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. She hands you a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull. It's a tie, Mesk in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special. The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important. I want to hear more about cryptids. You know, to hell with it. Let's have more cryptids. Of course, officers. Is this bird a cryptid? No. Her eyes narrow mysteriously. It's the cryptid. Wow, the cryptid? Oh, yes. The small silvery skull shines between your fingers. It speaks sharp. Okay, what is this bird? The 8-eyed Teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered. With a wingspan of 11.5 metres. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until... Mutation, the man scoffs. All of evolution is a mutation. Until it was sighted by renowned Gottwaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe... Guessing. Uwe Plattenkalk in 21. This renown seems a bit dubious. Your own catalogue comes up completely empty, but of course, you are not all-knowing. I need to hear about this sighting. It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Umrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm. Okay, and Umrau is... the world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert, an ancient riverbed completely dried up. I hope this is adding to the my abilities at some point and earning me XP. What happened? Alone in the blasted desert heat, the Doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost without any navigation equipment and desperately low on water. After a day or two, we noticed a bird high in the noon sky. Excuse me. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan. Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the Teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times. Eat the bird, Uwe. It's the only way to survive. I understand. He started hunting it. Yes, a bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattencalc followed the Teratorn until they reached the Great Canyon Wall, where the bird finally landed to rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with its head tucked under its wing. This thing has a 11.5-meter wingspan. It's going to be huge. A great black pile of feathers on the perch, so he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist. Watch out. Then the Teratorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider, and the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird. Why? The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uwe spent 3 days trying until the bird flew. This is bollocks. This whole quest with these two is complete bollocks. It has to be. An 8-eyed mind-controlling bird? No way. Yes way, sweetie, she smiles, used to derision. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Umrau is a vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets. Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade. Latest. This one I liked. Lieutenant puts down his notes. Not only does it have 8 eyes and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control. He's sincere. He likes the audacity of it. Okay, so it's never been seen again. Sadly, yes. But there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Ilmara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that are hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle too had 8 eyes. Not really, it's just stylization. The way they drew eyes, not a zoological drawing. Very, very... I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Conclude. They're nutters. They're utter nutters. Can I talk to this guy again, by the way? I know him from somewhere.
I can't believe this shit.
Let's talk about the hanged man again. Okay. I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged. So, do you know who hanged him? Not yet. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, why am I even telling you this? I don't know. Why are you? It gives you an odd look. I can't do anything else. Not yet. Can I do anything with her?
What is it?
Did you hear that? Did you hear me sing? Did you like it? That was pretty good, Harry. She pokes her companion with an elbow. Wasn't it, Jean? Whoa, how does she know your name? She probably heard it from somewhere. You have to be more careful, Karaoke Star. Names are dangerous. That was... He stares at you. Yeah, that was absolute shit, if you want my opinion. Drunken shit. Haven't wanted anything to end this badly since I had cluster headaches. Horrible, truly horrible, he continues. I beg of you, don't ever subject anyone to this torture again. I mean, seriously, you need to... Jean, she quietly interjects, giving you a compassionate side glance. He's not right. Don't make it worse. And I really liked it. She actually did. Are you with him? Point to the man in sunglasses. Of course I'm with him. She seems startled by her own tune. Why do you think? He's an asshole. You're an asshole, he pauses. You know what? Maybe we're both assholes. Please, she looks at you, then him, then you again. Let's not turn this into another exchange, okay? Did you just call me Harry? Yes, I called you by your name. What about it? She sounds slightly agitated and sad. How do you know my name? God, everybody knows your name. She waves at you in a discarding motion. Please go finish your investigation so everyone can go home. You have a blue uniform and mine is black. What does this mean? She seems confused for a moment. It means I'm a patrol officer, sir. What was that? What was with that, sir? You called me sir. Why? Well, she looks extremely uncomfortable right now. I guess I... Cut the shit. The words are addressed to you. Every second you stand here running your mouth, the case grows colder. I thought I was getting somewhere with that. Right. Tasks. Loads of stuff. The last chat was empty. Hang on. That's what I came in to do. Talk about bloody cryptids. We're done, right?
Haha, nothing like the gratitude of a good woman.
I'm getting in this
Now
done.
then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a gruff pat on the shoulder. He tries to play it cool and remain professional, but inside the man is itching for some news in the trap. So I checked all the traps. Good, okay. And one of them was empty. Completely empty? His eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid. No locusts, but no phasmid either. That's not ideal, but he rubs his chin. The old woman's face lights up. It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought. Of course, the detective whispers to himself, more clever. You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly. Yes, the Phantasmadia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news. They will have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure. His companion sighs. Another trip to the reeds. Are you sure you've exhausted all the alternative explanations? The cryptozoologist's face flushes with indignation. Of course we have. Wait, Moral. The old woman raises her hand. You may have a point. We have an obligation to rule out other hypotheses. His face relaxes. You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation could there be? He turns to you. We're done. Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now and brought great news too. My gratitude and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Revachol is yours. Heartfelt gratitude, but does it feel like closure? What really happened? Develop an alternative theory about the missing locusts. Kim, thank you, it's an honour, he says with a straight face and turns to you. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but... Oh, we've got something better. Why is Kuno's a hooligan. The kid, Kuno's gone and let them out. Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy Kuno. I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts. A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs? A shadow of worry passes over the woman's face. Oh, my dear Moral, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects, almost as much as they love to torment old folks. I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up. Delinquents, my favourite. Doesn't sound like it's really his favourite. Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close. The man turned to his companions. Well, I see you've got all the help you'll need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me. Logic. After this is your last chance to talk to Gary. Really, Gary? The woman's voice is a little shaky suddenly. We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but... Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it. Even if it's bugs. He looks at his tea. Moral, it's been fun really, but I need a bath. I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run. No need to apologise, Gary. You've been more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on this game of suzerainty, though. We're going to follow this through. He keeps the language unemotional, but in there, disappointment. Right. Let's talk to Gary. Just because it's our last chance.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
There's nothing to say anything else. No, we're done with him. I think we're good. Done. Right, and on that note, there's more stuff to do. A lot more stuff to do. We've got the tape. Find the tape with them. I think that just means hand the tape over. Does it though? It's not that tape. Items. It must be this tape. Okay. Well, they'll be able to play it. I'm sure it'll be right. We are... Oh, I haven't got a hat. I'm missing a hat. What can I wear? I've only got the one, I think. Oh, no, I've got this fancy tie. No, that wasn't the one. That's terrible. Where's the fancy... This thing? +1 Inland Empire and +1 Volition versus +2 Drama. Damn. There, I'm going to put that on because that looks... weird ass necktie. And a hat. I've only got one. It's not the best. Don't like losing rhetoric, but 1 reaction speed is quite nice. I need some new trousers. I might do it. To hell with it. To hell with it.